Another day, another conference rivalry featuring top 10 teams. This time we take a trip to the IMAC. No, not the computer. The Independent Metro Athletic Conference, where the defending Class 2A state champion Minnehaha Academy Redhawks, a top 5 team, host the Providence Academy Lions, a team that moved into the 9th spot in the most recent Class 2A poll. Greetings, everyone. I'm Mike Peden. Here I am all by myself, talking to myself, as we've got some fine athletes behind me, hard at work in what is the biggest rivalry in the IMAC for girls basketball. Both teams riding large win streaks. Minnehaha Academy, winners of 7 straight. Providence Academy, winners of 5 straight. One of those streaks will continue after tonight. This series was a close one a year ago. Came down to the last few minutes. Minnehaha Academy, speaking of streaks, have yet to lose an IMAC conference game since the league was formed several years ago. Folks wondered how potent they would be after a large contingent of their state tournament team graduated. Mia Curtis and Tana Gallo have answered that in a big way. Mia Curtis, second in 3-point field goals in the state. She's in the top 5 in assists and steals. This kid can do everything, as we've seen before on prior Minnehaha Academy broadcasts. Mia Curtis, same as usual, that step back 3, the ability to create offense, real tough to contain. And even Connor Gates, Providence Academy's head coach, is wondering why a school hasn't come her way yet. But it won't be long before she plays college ball somewhere. Tana Gallo, of course, will play at Waldorf, 4th in the state in 3-point field goals. Last time we were here, Curtis and Gallo were 1 and 2, but with the varying number of games, that has changed somewhat. That being said, this team can light it up from the outside. That will be key to their success. Providence Academy has a state leader of their own. Hailey Hohenecker leads the state in steals, averaging over 5.5 per game. Don't let her 5'4" frame fool you. A tenacious defender, in the words of Connor Gates. And Providence Academy, real deep. The Count sisters doing a tremendous job. Both double-double threats every game. You also have Kira Miller coming off the bench. Maddie Anderson can score. Keep an eye for Providence Academy. They will be one of the front-runners in Section 5-2A. We'll be back to kick off this IMAC battle. You're watching high school girls basketball.
Twin Cities Sports Broadcasting, and a whole lot more. That's what you get from TSB Television. We provide long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes, from the preps to the pros. Dazzling moves.
Holloman, good if it goes. Yes!
Game winners.
From James. She's in trouble. Finds James. Toss shot! It goes in!
And everything in between. Before we let you go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Oh, I don't know. Let's put me on the spot there.
If you want to connect with our audience, visit us at patreon.com/TSB Television or sponsor our coverage through PayPal and Cash App. Thank you for watching.
Welcome back to the Bergstrom Court, the home court for Minnehaha Academy. They've been calling this place home for just about their entire history, except for the one season when both boys and girls basketball had to do a traveling season as the campus was being rebuilt. But a lot of history here at Minnehaha Academy, and a lot of history last year between these two teams. At the start of the season, Minneapolis North was favored to win Section 5-2A if you followed the breakdown publication, but since then the results have hilariously gone in another direction. Providence Academy, Holy Family Catholic lead the way. If you go by QRF, Providence Academy actually has the lead in Section 5-2A. Rockford and Holy Family Catholic are behind in second and third, but a lot can happen. And we mentioned Providence Academy in the open. Hailey Hohenecker, not only is she leading the state in steals, she's leading the team in scoring at 14.6 per game. Maddie Anderson and Maria Counts right behind at 11.5. Grace Counts, 9.1 as a freshman. Kira Miller, 8.5 off the bench. You may recall she led the Lions in scoring in their season opening victory over Maranatha Christian Academy. So this Providence Academy team, they could be in the conversation again It's been a while since their glory years, including a state championship in 2012 with Ray Finley and the likes of Taylor Finley, Leah Zabla, and Minnehaha Academy. Back at the top, they've won 2 state titles in school history, one in 2010, one in 2019. Starting 5, the same since the last time we saw these two teams. So for the Providence Academy Lions, it's Maddie Anderson, number 4, Hailey Hohenecker, number 5, Lauren Kettler, number 11, Olivia Clammer, number 34, and Maria Counts, number 42. Minnehaha will start. Talia Graham, number 2, Mia Curtis, number 5, Tessa Liner, number 11, Tana Gallo, number 13, and Kate Pryor, number 23, the Boston University softball commit. Mia Curtis still looking for a school. Connor Gates, Providence's head coach, and just about everyone you talk to who follows Minnehaha Academy is surprised that Mia Curtis, who is in the top 10 in scoring, 27 points per game. I believe she is 8th and 2nd in 3-point field goals, in the top 5 in assists and steals. Folks are surprised that she hasn't found a place to play ball yet, but she will. Tana Gallo and Kate Pryor also double-digit scores. Not quite the sellout crowd that we had last weekend when the boys hosted Sierra Canyon and the Patrick School, part of that amazing weekend series, which Tremont Van Leer, Mia Curtis' stepfather, likened to an all-star exhibition. Sold-out crowd here, 17,000 at the Target Center, but he said, I'm glad that's done because now we can move on. Of course, the girls don't quite have crowds of 17,000. Maddie Anderson, unable to hit the three-pointer. Offensive rebound, Maria Counts. She's had a few double-doubles to her credit, misses that one. And Kate Pryor picks it up. Kate Pryor, the younger sister of Matt Pryor, the head coach at Minnehaha Academy. Former basketball and baseball player here. Played collegiately at Bethel. Tana Gallo looking for Liner on the bounce pass. It was deflected by Maria Counts. 17:08 left in the first half. Curtis and Gallo, a 3-point threat. Talia Graham, the daughter of Jerome, if that name sounds familiar. Jerome, a D1 standout for Boston. So it's amazing how Minnehaha, things come full circle here. You've got a Boston commit in Kate Pryor and a Boston graduate in Jerome Graham. Mia Curtis with the steal, and she's off to the races. Track is one of her sports, and she showcases her speed on the steal and run out for our first points of the game. Mia Curtis, 3 games with 30 or more, including a career-high 42 in that triple overtime win over Sauk Center. Kate Pryor rips the ball away. She'll get credit for the block. Gallo for 3. Bullseye! And a quick timeout by Connor Gates. Tana Gallo, 4th in the state in 3-point field goals. 5 triples or more in 5 games this season. And if you were with us the last time, Tana Gallo also takes part in photography. And her nickname is BGB.TG1. And when she's not draining threes, you could see some of her photos for the school newspaper and yearbook. And her father, Dan, the team photographer. Dan told me that Tana's taking photography courses or getting a lot of experience and instruction as a Minnehaha Academy student, and he's hopeful that they can pass on some tips involving exposure, balance, tripods, all of that. I'm sure she'll develop over time. But when Dan brought up exposure and 3-leg stance, especially exposure, that's something I could identify with, being a multimedia contributor myself. Mia Curtis contributing steals and points in the early going for the Redhawks. They lead 7-0. Anderson, fouled by Curtis, just a 2. Maddie Anderson,
83% free throw shooter, 10 of 12 at the line this season, 11.5 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, and 1.6 assists. Minnehaha coming off a close game with Blake and Addison Mack. And Maddie Anderson is a lifeguard in the summer. She gets a split there. Offensive foul. Charge to Mia Curtis, so Minnehaha's top player picking up 2 quick fouls. Matt Pryor getting an explanation, but we'll see. Doesn't go to the bench, so Mia will stay on the floor for now. Wouldn't be surprised if Providence tries to go at her. Here's Maria Counts, the senior. And she gets a friendly bounce. Maria Counts, part of a lengthy family lineage at Providence Academy. They have an older sister, Anna, who's playing college ball, and Maria's younger sister, Grace, playing significant time as a freshman. Graham to Gallo. Out to Curtis. We know Mia has that step back move down. Pryor, through traffic, she'll shoot 2. Kate Pryor, 3 games with 20 points or more. She scored 20 in the win over Sauk Center. Softball is her primary sport, but not a bad basketball player with 12.5 points. Okay, no free throws. I thought it was a shooting foul. It was not. Side out instead. Pryor. No good. Talia Graham with the rebound. Curtis. Well, she thought about it. Gallo to Graham. Minnehaha trying to penetrate. There's the Mia Curtis step back 3, and it's good. Just like her favorite player, James Harden. If you're wondering where she got that move, well, Tana Gallo shows off a defensive move there, lost control of the dribble, and hands it back to Maddie Anderson. But if you're wondering where Mia Curtis found that step back move, high-low, Counts in trouble, gets out of it. Here's Hailey Hohenecker, the bounce pass. Minnehaha wanted to travel, no good. Shooting free throws will be Lauren Kettler. So finish up that story, Tremont Van Leer, Mia's stepdad, said Mia's step back move is all thanks to her mother, Allison, which Allison vehemently denied. Folks don't take themselves too seriously around here. Kettler at the line. Enjoys listening to music, plays varsity volleyball, and also plays bassoon on the school's symphonic band. Missed the free throws there. Mia Curtis, the floater is good. And Mia Curtis, we've seen this once or twice over the years. Hohenecker says right back at you, and she put a nice move at the top of the key to give herself the opening. (12-5) our score. Jenica Suggs on the floor. Kate Pryor for 3. Off the mark. Backdoor play. Suggs can't put it in. As Minnehaha goes to their bench. Providence on the run. Hailey Hohenecker with the finish. Mia Curtis, well, she does that well. that first step, super tough to contain. Mia Curtis, fluent in Spanish. If this is the first time you've seen Minnehaha this season, Mia and several other students attended a Spanish immersion school as elementary school students, and they become fluent at an early age, and it's not uncommon for Mia and other athletes to hold conversations in Spanish. Also takes part in volleyball and track. Played for the Metro Stars this past season on the AAU circuit, playing alongside the likes of Liza Carlin and Paige Beckers. Here's Kira Miller. She'll shoot two. Kira Miller coming over from Edina. Led the Lions in scoring in the season opener in the win over Minnehaha Christian Academy. On the season, 8.5 points per game. And 3.4 rebounds. 5'9" freshman guard. So the Lions building a foundation. They're struggling at the line, though, and that contributed to their loss against Holy Family Catholic. They missed 16 free throws. Mia Curtis is feeling it. Inside, outside, anywhere she goes, it's her domain. 12 points for Mia Curtis, and she is outscoring Providence Academy by herself. But a long way to go, and Providence has the athletes to respond. There's one of them, Grace Counts. Grace with a couple of double-doubles. Graham around the screen, fires. Gets her own rebound. Jenica Suggs, the 8th grader. There's another future centerpiece. That's a foul on the Lions. Several to give. This week is throwing egg or shade, or however you want to put it, made a fool out of me because historically I've never seen conference rivalries as compelling. This week we've got two amazing matchups. We had number 1 and number 2, De La Salle and Holy Angels on Tuesday. De La Salle won an instant classic, and we have two teams in the top 10 here in Class 2A. Minnehaha Academy, I believe, is 4th. Providence Academy 9th, and even though coaches would tell you they are the last to pay attention to those rankings, someone's got to be up there, and Matt Pryor said Providence Academy belongs in that conversation. Both coaches have great respect for one another. Connor told me it's not uncommon for he and Matt Pryor to talk hoops at the section meetings. They often sit next to each other. They graduated in the same year. Both went to different high schools, of course. That's Maria Counts scoring off the inbound. Connor, a graduate of Chanhassen. And Matt, Minnehaha Academy, as we noted earlier. Gallo was looking for space to operate, didn't get enough for the 3. Now she fires. That 3-pointer's short. Rebound, Graham. Minnehaha's got some length. Maybe not as much as last year with Galloway and New. There's the Mia Curtis step back. Well, they can't all go in. Maria Counts with the rebound. And a fine play by Providence. It's 15-13. .9:36 to go. John is here. And it's 15-13. The gang's all here. Bonnie, Abe, and John. Best crew in the state. Barrett Parton on the floor, number 12, and that's a walk on liner. 9:21 left in the first half, 15-13. In this IMAC battle between two top 10 teams, two who definitely are in the conversation for state tournament aspirations. Kira Miller missed the layup. Jump ball, Minnehaha with the arrow. As we said, both schools riding lengthy win streaks. Providence Academy, 5 in a row. Their last loss coming to Holy Family Catholic on December 14th. Minnehaha has not lost since Holy Angels, December 3rd, 97-55. Here's Pryor. Looking for Liner. Liner lost it. Grace Counts picks it up. And Providence Academy withstanding Minnehaha's initial surge. Hohenecker goes inside, but Kettler can't get the bounce. Hailey Hohenecker, though, has plenty of speed. And Bonnie can only watch in admiration. Curtis out to Gallo for 3. Swish. Tana's second three-pointer. And her 41st of the season. Mia has 46 now. Miller with the dime. Grace Counts with the layup. A pair of freshmen hooking up on that play for the Lions. Gallo to Graham. They swing it around, but Talia Graham shoveled her feet. 18-15. When you look at the matchup going in, Minnehaha averaging 72 a game, Providence 62. Minnehaha, the highest scoring team in their section. Providence doesn't hold that distinction, but they can score points in bunches as well, as they did on Tuesday when they knocked off Mounds Park Academy in the IMAC conference opener. Anderson to Grace Counts. Talia Graham stayed with her. Gallo to Pryor. Pryor curls, can't bank it. Kira Miller with the board. Kira Miller, as we noted, leading scorer in the season opener against Maranatha, hit a big three-point shot. That one off the mark. Grace Counts, nothing doing. But Kira Miller hit a dagger to end it. And she and Maria Counts had a little fun with my post-game interview when I asked Kira what led her to take that shot. And Kira said, I was feeling it. Most teams would lay back and try to play clock, but Kira saw an opening and took it. And That game made me feel real old because you have Malia White, a 7th grader who is hitting 3-pointers, Kira Miller, and you have Grace Counts doing big things as freshmen. 3-ball. Graham missed everything, but Penny Sedgwick was there for the rebound, and Tana Gallo, another traveling call. Providence Academy, located in Plymouth, Minnesota. Minnehaha Academy in Minneapolis, right along the Mississippi West River Parkway. Maria Counts navigates through a hole and scores the layup to make it a 1-point game. Mia Curtis, no good. Providence can take the lead. Leak out pass a little too high. Look out, John. And if you want to know how new Providence Academy is relative to other schools, their Wikipedia page, very, very brief. Lauren Kettler makes a brief possession out of Mia Curtis there with the block. Counts the skip, and Providence can't control it. 18-17. For those who are wondering, these two will meet again January 28th. That's sure to be another game to watch in the IMAC. And as Connor Gates and I were talking beforehand, he noted, and just about everyone would tell you this, the parity around the state, incredible. And there's the southpaw draining the elbow J. Mia Curtis, she's up to 14. And 18-17 is our score. Hohenecker blocked by Barrett Parton. A chance for the Red Hawks to accumulate some momentum. And if there's anyone who can give it to them, it's number 5. But her 15-footer's off the mark. Whoa. Yeah, that's a travel. Maria Counts couldn't put on the brakes in time. And I'm not a good lip reader, but I think she said something to that effect. Providence Academy calls timeout. They'll have 3 remaining. Minnehaha still has all 5. 20-17 our score. In an IMAC conference battle. The conference dominated by Minnehaha Academy since its formation. In regards to girls basketball, Mia Curtis with 14 points. In case you're wondering, her season low is 15, and that came in an 82-10 win over Trinity. That tells you just how good of a player she is. Trinity, I imagine they were going easy on them. Trinity not quite at the level of Minnehaha, but some fun facts we can share about this team. We mentioned Mia, a 3-sport athlete. Tenna, maybe one day she'll have a career in photography. Talia Graham likes to paint in her free time. Her father told me she picked up that hobby when she was little and started getting serious about it around 7th or 8th grade. And Jerome signaled his admiration and his amazement at some of the paintings Talia has put together. We'll have to see if we can procure some, or at least get some screenshots to share with you at our next broadcast. Mia Curtis in trouble. Graham able to save it. Less than 4 minutes to play in the first half. Mia Curtis, the step back. Every time she does one of those, there's a sense of anticipation. Kate Pryor, foul. And this time it's a shooting foul, so she will shoot 2. Kate Pryor, the Boston University softball commit. The youngest of the Pryor clan. John and Matt, the others. Kate's favorite restaurant is Punch Pizza. And Kate also played volleyball this season for the Red Hawks. Kate splits at the line. That was the first trip to the line, or I should say the second trip for the Red Hawks. Not a lot of free throws in this one. Providence breaks the press. Jenica Suggs stays with it. Grace Counts gets a couple of rebounds, and that should be a tie-up, and it is. Maddie Anderson scores, so persistence paying off, those extra chances, leading to a layup for the Lions. And we've been close throughout. Suggs. Traveling call from here. It looked like Suggs wasn't quite sure what she wanted to do with the ball, and that indecision leads to a turnover. Counts. Maria to Grace. Sister. Back out to Anderson. Hailey Hohenecker fouled. She'll shoot 2. Hailey is speedster. Her nickname is Squirt because of her height, or lack thereof. Likes to hang with friends and family. Connor Gates calls her the toughest kid you'll ever meet. A motor that does not quit. Her ball handling and pick and roll are her strengths. Splits at the line. Neither side shooting all that well yet from the line. But the Lions do trim it to a 1-point margin. Jenica Suggs gets the Plinko bounce. And that should be 23-20. I don't think the score's right. Now they fix it. Well, now it's right again because Grace Counts put back her own miss. Or maybe it was right, 24-23. Well, that's what we'll go with, and then we'll check the numbers for you at the half. Mia Curtis missing the layup. So Providence does have a 1-point lead. Okay, 23-22. I was right. Mike, you gotta trust your instinct more often. Sister. Grace Counts in trouble. Jenica Suggs pushes her away. And an offensive foul on the Red Hawks. That does put them in the penalty, but as you know, team control foul does not award free throws. But Minnehaha's stingy defense comes up clutch again. Pryor for three. Swish! First field goal for Kate Pryor and a big bucket for the Redhawks that pushes their lead back to 4. Maria counts one-on-one with Pryor. Finds Grace, no good. Loose ball, tracked down by Hohenecker. Kira Miller for three. Too strong. I don't think the Redhawks will hope for the final shot. Gallo sees a hole. Jump ball, Minnehaha with the arrow that time. You saw how quickly the Lions collapsed, and it gave Gallo 1 versus 4. So Tana lucky perhaps that it was a jump ball. Right idea, Mia Curtis spotted an open liner, but she can't put the layup down. And the Lions, let's see what they do. That defense again causing fits, but Hohenecker will shoot free throws here. Hailey Hohenecker, 14.6 points per game, 59.5% shooter at the line. 3.4 assists, 5.6 steals. That leads the state among players with available data. Mia Curtis, for a time, led the state in assists, or at least that's what we thought, until they added some of Paige Beckers' numbers. Hohenecker makes both free throws to make it a 2-point game. This should be the last shot for the Redhawks. Mia Curtis drives, blocked, and time will run out. A back and forth first half. It looked like Minnehaha Academy was going to build some momentum. Mia Curtis off to a fast start. She's cooled off since. And Providence Academy making a game of it, 26-24 in this battle of top teams in the IMAC conference. We'll give you the second half in a moment. You're watching high school girls basketball, IMAC edition.
Twin Cities Sports Broadcasting, and a whole lot more. That's what you get from TSB Television. We provide long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. Dazzling moves.
Holloman, good if it goes. Yes!
Game winners.
From James. She's in trouble. Finds James. Toss shot! It goes in!
And everything in between. Before we let you go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Oh, I don't know. That put me on the spot there.
If you want to connect with our audience, visit us at patreon.com/TSB Television or sponsor our coverage through PayPal and Cash App. Thank you for watching.
Strike up the band. They've been serenading us throughout the half. So I guess I'm not all by myself talking to myself like usual. I'm Mike Keaton, and we have a top 10 battle in the IMAC between two conference rivals, Providence Academy and Minnehaha Academy. The Redhawks with a 26-24 lead over the Lions. Mia Curtis got off on a fast start. Redhawks led 15-7 at one point. Mia Curtis had 12. She has 14 right now. Tana Gallo has 6. Those are your notables for the Redhawks. Hailey Hohenecker with 7 points to lead the Lions. And then you have Maria and Grace Counts with 6 each. But it's been a rough, grinding kind of game. Points at a premium so far, but that could change with these two. Providence Academy 11-3, Minnehaha Academy 9-2. Again, the Redhawks have not lost since they played Holy Angels on December 3rd. Since then, 7 straight wins. Providence, their 3 losses have come to Grand Rapids, Heritage Christian, and Holy Family Catholic. But the Lions, they have a few nice wins as well. They beat Delano recently, knocked off Concordia Academy, a team led by Yvonne Tensai, and took care of Watertown Mare convincingly. So the Lions looking for that first big win, and beating Minnehaha could do it. They have a back-to-back. They play tomorrow morning against Jordan in a game that was moved up as Maria Counts drains the floater to accommodate for the Vikings 49ers playoff game. Game that has caused a lot of shifts in the prep calendar. Of course, when you have a game scheduled on a Saturday, it's not that hard to do. Boys-girls doubleheader, though. And Providence, they tied it up on the last possession. They could take their first lead of the game here. Maria Counts, nothing doing. Pryor, 3-ball. In and out. And the rebound to Kettler. Another chance for the Lions to take the lead. They have not led at any point in this game. Hailey Hohenecker, elbow J, too strong. Rebound Kate Pryor. Mia Curtis for 3. Bullseye! The 47th triple this season for Mia Curtis. And again, she's currently second in the state, but the Redhawks haven't played as many games as some other teams have at this point. That will change, I imagine, once everyone gets an equal number of games. That will stay Providence Academy ball, 29-26 our score. Mia Curtis came up big against Blake on Wednesday, put 31 in that one. And that did everything but go in for Lauren Kettler. That will stay with Providence Academy. Blake with Addison Mack, they could be a team to watch over the next several years. But in the win streak, I would say the biggest win Minnehaha picked up came against Concordia Academy, a night where they struggled to shoot from three-point range, but still got the win. Their biggest, naturally, the win over Sauk Centre at the Breakdown Tip-Off Classic and triple overtime. Sauk Centre, the number one team at the time, still number one. And the Redhawks, it was quite the roller coaster. You beat Sauk Centre and then you lose to Mare Lutheran and Holy Angels, but both are top 10 teams in their respective classes. Kate Pryor for 3, she's fouled. Big brother Matt called her a vital role player when she returned from injury last season. An automatic stroke from downtown. Kate felt Minnehaha would be one of the best conditioned teams this year. And she's 3 for 3 at the line. Providence on the run. Lauren Kettler with the finish. Tanagallo. That does not drop. Mia Curtis, side fade. Count it! And that could be a back-breaking play for the Lions. This could be the key sequence, the key play, if Minnehaha Academy is able to hang on for the win. Mia Curtis completes the 4-point play. Another 20-point game for Mia. That's the 10th time this season. Scramble for the ball. Jump ball, Providence to the arrow, 36-28. Usually the Red Hawks like to spread it around, but this could be one of those exceptions. Maria Counts in trouble. Reach-in foul was called. And it's on Mia Curtis, her third. She picked up 2 quick fouls in the first half and has got to be careful here. Matt Pryor has a lot of confidence in her ability, didn't sub her out. And another foul is called. And Matt Pryor getting a little irritated. That's the second on Talia Graham. Miller for 3. That's long. Red Hawks looking to run a transition free 3 for Tanagallo. Comes up short. Rebound Maria Counts, and there's Hailey Hohenecker. Hohenecker played every minute of the Delano game, as I was told by Connor Gates, and Connor's wife was going, why didn't you sub her out? Because as Connor Gates tells me, Hailey Hohenecker doesn't get gassed. Has tremendous conditioning, doesn't break a sweat. We'll see how Providence handles this back-to-back, as they've got a quick turnaround to play a game tomorrow morning, which isn't too unlike a state tournament setting, because if you win the semifinal, well, regardless, whether or not you win the semifinal, if you make it, you've got to turn around and play early the next day, because the 2A finals are held on Friday night. The third place and championship games are held in the afternoon. 13-11 left in the second half, and we've got some rockin' Minnehaha Academy fans. They like the soundtrack. I think it's taking them back. We've got someone dancing right in front of us, and we have some very entertaining fans here at Minnehaha Academy. Oh, I know why, because it's Rush. We've got a little Rush. Unfortunately, their drummer died today, but Rush, a well-known band, if you go back in the day, and a couple of fans seem to pick up on that. I guess we've got some big Rush fans here, as Minnehaha Academy hopes to continue their limelight as the queens of Class 2A. Last year, the boys and girls got the sweep. And looking ahead, we noted the second meeting with Providence Academy will be January 28th at Plymouth. Como Park will be another key non-conference test for the Red Hawks. And then De La Salle, we were at that game last year. It was a lot of fun. Can't wait to come back this year. St. Peter is another non-conference game. And don't forget La Crosse Aquinas. So this Minnehaha Academy team, they've got a tough schedule. $12:53 left in the second half. Mia Curtis. I have run out of words to say about that side fade. Her stepdad was telling me he feels Mia doesn't need to create that space for herself, but she patterns her game after James Harden, so you can't blame her. And if you're wondering, Tana Gallo patterns hers after Steph Curry, so there's a little bit of a rivalry between those two. It's a fun one, not animus, or I should say egregious or anything like that, insidious. Kate Pryor's foul, she'll shoot two on her way up. Nothing insidious about it, it's just a friendly rivalry with two folks who idolize three-point shooters. But that's the way the game is played now. Free throws for Kate Pryor. And won't get the bounce that time. That being said, a long way to go. Splits at the line, but the Red Hawks do extend their lead to 12, their largest. Providence tied it up. Since then, a 14-2 run for Minnehaha Academy. And they'll have a chance to extend it as they force the tie-up, and they hold the possession arrow. Kate Pryor, I think Maria Counts got a piece of it. Hailey Hohenecker finds Grace Counts. Let's see if Providence can get a little bit of offense going. Well, they get the foul on Tessa Liner. But it's been a while since Providence Academy has found the basket. And looking ahead at their schedule, as Kira Miller's fouled, she'll shoot two. Lake could be a series to watch. Edina building their way up. If there's any knock, you could say Providence maybe doesn't have that signature win that Minnehaha Academy does. But this Lions team gave them one heck of a run last year. And throughout the season, especially this 5-game win streak, concluding a runaway win over Maranatha after the first meeting was close. Kira Miller gets the second one to fall. The Lions certainly belong in the conversation. Mia Curtis, that time it was off, her three-point shot was. She has 4 for the game, 1 away from 50. Miller, nice cut to Hohenecker. The bounce pass, and Hailey Hohenecker attacks and scores. The endless motor for the Lions, Hailey Hohenecker. Proof that size doesn't matter in the sport of basketball. Missed the three-point play. Tie up. And a little bit of extracurricular. Hailey Hohenecker says, I'm fine. Kate Pryor says, I'm fine too. And the officials have to signal everyone back. They thought it was a foul, perhaps. Not a tie-up. So a little bit of emotions here between these two conference rivals in the IMAC. Anderson in trouble again. Gets out of it. Grace counts. Sees a lane and will shoot two. Grace counts the freshman. 3 double-doubles, 11 points or more in 5 of her last 6 games. Had 6 points in the first half, and on the season, as we noted, 9.1 points per game, 7.8 rebounds. So the Lions will be in good hands, as there'll be one more count sister to look forward to. Graham. Out to Sedgwick. It's a 7-point game to Leah Graham. Can't make it double digits, but Liner with the offensive rebound. Mia Curtis, Providence, not giving her any space to operate. They stay with her, force her into a tough layup. Big opportunity for the Lions. Whoa! Oh my goodness! Grace counts with an acrobatic save, finds her big sister Maria. Well, there's my candidate for play of the game. That and the 4-point play by Mia Curtis earlier. Wow. Maria Counts likes to hike and camp when she's not playing basketball, and Connor Gates says what makes Maria special is her versatility. Timeout, Minnehaha Academy. The Lions with an 8-0 run to counter the 14-2 run by the Redhawks, and this yo-yo game continues, and we've got that dancing fan. Oh, she's having a lot of fun with this. 10:18 left in the second half. Maria Counts, as a post player, was one of the team leaders in assists last year, and Connor Gates says she makes all the little plays that can turn the tide of the game. Also took part in volleyball at Providence Academy. Her court awareness and drive are her biggest strengths as a player. Look for Marie to have a big year on the court, and I'd say she's having a solid one with 10:18 to go. What a battle between these two teams, and if you're watching this on YouTube, we've got another big battle coming your way tomorrow, at least chronologically. We won't be able to stream it live, but Chaska and Maple Grove in one of the many games impacted by Vikings 49ers. Chaska Hawks, a top 10 team in Class 4A. Maple Grove, back-to-back Section 8 4A champions. Should be a fun non-conference game between Metro West and Northwest Suburban. Chaska getting themselves back in the conversation. Maple Grove, they put together a solid couple of years. Jenica Suggs, 3 no good. Rebound to Hailey Hohenecker. Matt and Connor both figured this would be a battle. Grace fakes the 3 and gets the layup. Didn't have the speed to get past Pryor, but Grace scores anyway. She has 10 off the bench, and Providence has scored 10 in a row. It's a 2-point game. Just when it looked like the Redhawks were about to pull away. Pryor for 3, short. And I've said this before, but here we are again. Providence Academy can tie or take the lead. They've tied it back when it was 26-all. They have not led. Grace counts. Providence might want that possession back. Let's see what the Redhawks do to respond. Mia Curtis steps into a 3. Pure! Mia Curtis, that is her 50th three-pointer this season. Hailey Hohenecker turns on the Jets. Kate Pryor says, not in my house. 43-38. Mia Curtis showed no signs of rust as Minnehaha took the holidays off in the win over Blake, and proving integral here as the Redhawks try to hold off a feisty conference rival. Maria Counts snuck in there, won the battle for the rebound. Anderson for 3, no good. Anderson with 10 or more in her last 7 games, and Kira Miller called for the reach-in. Not too pleased about that. By the way, with 8:45 left, we should note Providence Academy in the bonus the rest of the way. And the Lions with one foul left to give. The Mia Curtis show for Minnehaha Academy and the balance of Providence Academy. We will see who wins out. 27 points for Mia Curtis. And Matt Pryor will call a timeout to prevent a 5-second call on Tana Gallo. So, 43-38, we've got a little queen now. Whoever chose the soundtrack has an affinity for classic rock, and some of the parents or relatives seem to enjoy it. With 8:31 to go, let's talk about this game. Well, what else is there to say? 27 points for Mia Curtis as she continues her epic streak. She has 1 triple-double, 23 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists, 3 games with 30 or more, and 4 double-doubles. Hailey Hohenecker, we've talked about her quite a bit. She has 2 double-doubles of the point steals variety. She picked up 10 against Christ's Household of Faith and 12 against Concordia Academy. Picked up her first 20-point game of the season in that runaway win over Mounds Park Academy. But Providence may not have the lights-out scores that Minnehaha does, but they bring a lot of balance. 5-point game. Hohenecker went for the steal. Tana Gallo, that left her alone for 3. And Hohenecker may exhale after that one. Liner didn't see Kettler. Maddie Anderson did, and that was an easy assist. Just the second field goal for Kettler. What a game this is turning out to be. Well, when you get conference rivals, it's one thing. When you have conference rivals in the top 10, as we saw on Tuesday, as we're seeing here, it becomes a chess match. And I'm glad I came out here to do this game, because this is turning into a lot of fun. Sedgwick tried to go inside to Jenica Suggs, but the pass went into traffic. Miller lost it. I think it dribbled off her foot. Mia Curtis out to Kate Pryor. Redhawks will back off for a second. I thought Curtis would launch another 3. Instead, the Redhawks throw it away again. Now Hohenecker. Bounce pass inside to Kettler, and she didn't have the angle there. I'm not sure she knew the basket was further away than she thought. Be a floor awareness issue, but we play on as the twists and turns continue. Pryor to Suggs, back out to Pryor. Steps into a mid-range J, she banks it in. Kate Pryor up to 10. Hohenecker, too strong. Kettler, rebound, no. Grace counts. A little off balance there. Another offensive rebound, and Kettler wasn't ready for it. Those are the kinds of miscues that can come back to bite you in a situation like this, when you have a close game. .45-40. Each possession big, and Minnehaha, they've had plenty of chances to potentially ice it or at least get a dagger play of some kind, and they keep throwing it into the hands of Providence. They've been giving them a lot of chances on turnovers, and that time they cash in. Grace Count scores to make it a one-possession game again. 45-42. Curtis, step back. Curtis and step back, two phrases, two words that seemingly go together. Jump ball, Redhawks with the arrow, 5:26 remain in regulation.
Redhawks substitution number 13, 10 foul. Providence substitution number 22.
There seems to be a theme. We still have a few minutes to go, but every time I cover a Providence game, their leading scorer comes off the bench. It was Kieran Miller back in November. It's Grace Counts here. Mia Curtis for three. Redhawks can't save it. 5:17 on the clock. And these two play each other twice. A win for Providence, and they would get a boost on their resume. Minnehaha, they already have a statement win. Clean block. I was going to say Minnehaha has one statement win to their credit against Sauk Center. One possession game. Kate Pryor drills the three, and that could be crucial. Kate Pryor with 13. Good time to pick up your second triple, but this game far from over. Grace Counts tried to find a cutting Hohenecker and instead throws it into the hands of Minnehaha, and now it looks like they're going to work a little clock. Gallo. Look for Jenica Suggs in the back door, and Olivia Clemmer budged in line, if you will. Anderson for three. No good. Hohenecker with the rebound. Breaks free and scores. Timeout Providence Academy. They'll have one remaining, a 4-point game, 3:45 to go. Hohenecker with 11. Maria Counts with 11, and that gives the scores table another chance to play some throwback music. What a game this is turning out to be. And if you're watching this on YouTube, glad to have you. And if you're watching this on CCX Media, we've been syndicating, or they've been gracious enough to syndicate games featuring their teams. We thank you for tuning in. I know we've sent them a lot of tape this season, but the West Metro, they've got plenty of good teams. 3:45 left in the second half. Bonnie is enjoying our music selection. So, 4-point game. Minnehaha has held the slight edge. Their largest lead was 12. Providence went on a 10-0 run to make it interesting, and interesting might be an understatement. So a few more notes we can share on this timeout in regards to our teams here. Maddie Anderson, as we mentioned, a lifeguard in the summer, also involved in National Honor Society and art. Soccer and golf are the other sports she has taken part in at Providence Academy. Lauren Kettler participates in medical and art clubs, and Hailey Hohenecker also takes part in track and field, and you can see why. We have a lot of basketball track crossovers when it comes to those speedy, stingy point guards like Mia Curtis and Hailey Hohenecker. Mia kicks out to Gallo, thought about a three. Providence still has a foul to give. Whoa, Gallo breaking Honecker's ankles. Jenica Suggs can't put it down. That might have made the highlight reel on Instagram. But a break for the Lions if they can cash in. Miller Not going to take her chances with Curtis, at least not yet. Instead, goes to Maria Counts on the bounce pass. Minnehaha trying to seal off that interior. Foul on Minnehaha, and 1-and-1 time.
Foul on Curtis, that's her fourth.
And that is on Mia Curtis, her fourth foul. Mia getting a word with the official. Just asking what happened. Trying to explain her case. Mia, you know the story, fouled out in the 2A state championship against Caledonia. Redhawks going to win anyway. Maria Counts will settle for a split, but that does make it a one-possession game. Providence Academy, 9 of 17 from the floor. I'm not sure Connor Gates will be too pleased about that, but free throws are an art of its own. Tana Gallo with a potential dagger triple. Her 42nd of the season, her third this game. That makes it a 6-point game, but Providence answers back with Hailey Hohenecker. She converts the layup and can make it a one-possession game again at the line. Just as it looked like Minnehaha was about to overflow with enthusiasm, Hailey Hohenecker sucks it out. Missed free throw, jump ball. Providence with the arrow, which Minnehaha fans thought was not the right call. But they can be partisan. They are Redhawk fans after all. 51-47. We had some games that were solid, but we've had some good ones here. We had a decent stretch of them to start the season in November. And then we had several runaways in December. We've started the calendar year with several compelling games. We've got another one here. Maria Counts, blocked by Suggs. And Providence down to one timeout. 2 minutes to go. Maddie Anderson fouled. Shooting foul, but Providence in the double bonus anyway. That will be the second on Jenica Suggs. And Maddie Anderson, who has 5 points, will try to make it a one-possession game at the line.
Redhawk substitution, 13, Tana Gallo.
That's another split. But Providence staying with it, and Maria Counts, the sophomore, will shoot more free throws. Providence a little shaky at the line tonight, 10 of 20, but what they're doing is stopping the clock. That gives them a chance to catch a breather. As we said, if you're a fan of the Counts, Maria and Grace will provide a great foundation in future seasons. But if Providence is unable to get the win, they're going to look back at all these missed free throws. They missed 16 against Holy Family Catholic. They're 11 of 22 here. That does make it a 2-point game. Lions still have a foul to give. Will they use it, or will they try to get a defensive stop? Mia Curtis playing keep away. Tana Gallo, another dagger. Yes! And Jalen Suggs playing to the crowd, strumming the guitar. Providence throws it away. Again, when you look back at this game, the number of missed free throws, Providence 11 of 22. If a few more go in, it's a little closer. But how about Tana Gallo? Timeout, Minnehaha Academy. Tana Gallo mostly scores three-pointers. This may date myself, but it's like Chris Carter, who was once criticized for only scoring touchdowns. Tana Gallo mostly scores three-pointers, but she makes it work. And as a result, that last one could give the Red Hawks the breathing room they need. They'll have the ball with 1 minute to go. Tana Gallo, 13.4 game, and you will see her knock down threes against Waldorf. Tana has hit a couple of big ones late. So Mia Curtis has been stuck at 27, but hasn't needed to score a whole lot with Tana Gallo and Kay Pryor coming up with some big plays. Red Hawks usually like to spread it around a little more, but it's been their big three who have accounted for all but 2 of their points. That can happen sometimes in Class A and AA. For Providence Academy, they've been right there. The series with Minnehaha Academy last year, I imagine, gave them a shot of confidence. They've been able to hang with them, make a game out of it. They've been able to withstand just about every single run, but a couple of miscues late and some missed free throws could make the difference in this one. That being said, this will make a great prelude to the rematch on January 28th. What a game, and they will get Blake later that week. A pair of home dates. A traveling call, so Providence Academy not out of this yet. Matt Pryor not pleased with the call. So 55 seconds, Providence. If they can get a quick score here, they still have a chance. Now, they only have 1 timeout left, and the clock does not stop on a made basket. Anderson for 3. Got it! That puts up to 9, 35 seconds. Providence out of fouls to give. Mia Curtis at the line. Needs to make both to make this a 2-possession game. Neither player knows the meaning of the word quit, though. That's what you want to see. Neither team, I should say. This has been a fun game. Mia Curtis, the southpaw. 1-1. No doubter, Mia Curtis makes both. 2-possession game again. 28 seconds. Miller, blocked by Pryor. Again, the Lions with 1 timeout. If they are able to score here, I would not be surprised if Connor Gates uses that timeout. Lions looking for a quick score. Anderson, no good. And that should do it. So this is going to be another game, barring something strange, where Providence was right there. Nothing to hang their heads about. If you know the history between these two, including the conference series last year, you figured it was going to be a grind. 1-1. Penny Sedgwick missing the front end, so Providence, they've got to score, and they got to do it fast. And Hohenecker into traffic. That will do it. Mia Curtis fouled, but it will not matter. Minnehaha's defense comes up clutch in the last minute, although Providence made it close. It seems to be the story in this conference series between two folks who have great respect for one another and this game. With that, Mia Curtis hits the 30-point mark for the 4th time this season. Redhawks will hang on and extend their win streak to 8. 58-52 the final. Providence, their 5-game win streak is snapped. They go to 11-4. Minnehaha Academy goes to 10-2. Mia Curtis, the hero, with 31 points, her 4th 30-point game this season. Maria Counts and Hailey Hohenecker with 13 each. What a performance by the Redhawks. And I'd say they came up big against one of their biggest rivals in the IMAC. We'll talk to Mia and wrap things up here from the Bergstrom Court at Minnehaha Academy. This is high school girls basketball. The Redhawks knock off the Lions 58-52.
Joining me is Mia Curtis, who picked up her 5th 30-point game this season, 31 points to be precise. Mia, you needed every one of them in a conference rivalry that has tested you over the last couple of years. Tonight was no different. What would you make of this rivalry with Providence Academy?
Oh yeah, they definitely give us their best game every time we played them, and we just had to come out and capitalize off their mistakes and minimize ours.
And they don't make it easy.
No.
Even at the end, when it looked like Tana maybe had iced it with a couple of threes, they answer back with that motor that is Hailey Hohenecker, a big 3 by Maddie. And when they keep responding to all of your runs and just countering every punch you throw, how do you make sure you don't lose concentration?
Yeah, you got to keep getting stops on defense, grab the rebounds, and don't rush a shot on offense. Take our time, because time is in our favor at that point in the game.
You've won 8 in a row now, haven't lost since you played Holy Angels. What would you say are the common threads in this winning streak?
It's when everybody comes to play and everybody's hitting shots and we're getting stops on defense and grabbing all the rebounds that we can.
And you played a big part in that. When you go up by 12 and when Providence makes it a 2-point game, how nervous were you?
Well, we had the lead, so it was in our favor the whole time. So we just got to get some points on the board and get stops on the defensive end, and we did that.
And how would you say this team has grown and come together? Because at the start of the season, a lot of folks were wondering maybe this Redhawks team wasn't going to be a contender. And since then, I would say you guys have put yourselves back in that conversation, if you ever left to begin with.
Well, yeah, so basically we have young girls, but they're stepping up and playing big roles for us. We have girls guarding some of the best players on the other teams, and we have shooters knocking down their threes. That's just a huge part of it.
You also hit your 50th three-pointer of the season. That step-back move is one you love to use. According to family sources, they say your mother was the one who taught you that. Where did you get that step-back jumper?
Oh, definitely not my mom. I don't know.
And she said as much.
I believe that. I just say being in the gym, my stepdad taught me that's how to create space and get open and knock down the three.
All right, you want to say hi to anybody?
Hi, Yana. That's my sister.
That's right. You've got a few younger siblings, so when you're done and wrap it up, there'll be a few more. And I know you weren't quite prepared for it last time, but I do want the folks to know just how fluent you are in Spanish. So if you were to call a play out in Spanish, what would it sound like?
We have a play, 4. I don't know, kind of simple names. What else? Let me think. Uno. We got a lot of numbers. I don't know.
So you try to keep it simple so that your non-fluent teammates will understand what you're saying, right?
Yep, for sure.
Right. You don't want to come off as too smart.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, she is fluent in Spanish, and if you're interested, maybe hit her up for a chat, and she will impress you one of these days. Well, Mia, you certainly impressed us with your playing tonight, and I can't wait to see what more is up your sleeve. We'll see if you've got another 50 triples in you.
All right, thank you.
Mia Curtis, 31 points tonight, and that wraps it up here from the Bergstrom Court. For the rest of our crew, I'm Mike Beaton. Thanks for watching high school girls basketball.